All right, let's get started at 6. Roll call. 3 out of the 4 board members are here. Josh is not here tonight. Bailey's not here. Well, why don't you make a motion to approve the minutes from last month's meeting, or not last month's, the previous meeting? Carl first, Robin second. All in favor? Aye. 3-0. Program report. Bobby, are you running through this stuff?
Yeah, obviously Bailey's not here, she's covering for kickball, so I'll go ahead and run through just a couple quick numbers first. I know she gave you a pretty long report the last meeting, so I just kind of wanted to update because I don't know if the total number was shared at the last meeting, but there's 582 total participants / registrations for like fall programming right now, which I think is a pretty good number. The only one currently running, which obviously just started, is kickball. But you know, in September, baseball, softball start, soccer, you got disc golf and pickleball. And then just as a trend, I went back through and soccer in the fall of 2025 had 236 total participants. We're up to 244. So not a huge jump, but eight participants. Baseball, obviously we changed the date of late summer to actually fall. We went from 127 last year to 193 now. So
is that counting softball and baseball?
That's baseball.
Oh, baseball.
I'm getting to softball next.
Okay.
So softball, not as big of a jump, but obviously we only had 58 signed up last year for late summer, and we have 71. So there's still a jump percentage-wise. It's still a good percentage, but still not a number that we want to be at to run leagues. I think there might be one age group that's able to actually run, has enough to run. So pickleball, obviously registration is still open. It's still there's still time for them to sign up. So those numbers don't look well. But last year they had 19 in the fall, 7 right now. Disc golf was only 6 last year. It's 5 right now. So I think those will end up being about the same as they were last year. So just wanted to update you on what those numbers look like. Obviously, Bailey would probably go into way more detail than that, but just the general numbers of participants is definitely up from the fall of last year. The next thing on there is some planning. I had a talk, and I've obviously shared the email with you about potential January, February, some indoor, which our responsibilities would be just registrations with a team at the high school. But it would be indoor, utilize their facilities. We would run registration, help them track numbers, kind of like a lot of the admin stuff, but they would be on the ground floor running it. Obviously, I shared those details with you in email and passed it around. I just want to make you aware that that's a potential for 2027, which would be a new winter programming that we're trying to work toward. I think it's obviously a positive thing for us in general. I think that's it with programming, unless you guys have questions on that.
Nope.
Okay. Next thing, I think, is budget update, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So you guys, I sent you basically the breakdown of all of our line items. And I noted in here, there's a couple line items with the pool wages, which it's all percentage. So when pool wages go over, FICA, unemployment, all that stuff's gonna go over. So there'll be an additional appropriation there. We went over on gas and oil. We'll cover that with building maintenance and supplies because we haven't used near as much out of that as what we had anticipated as of right now. So still in good shape. Obviously, percentage of the budget used is on track for the rest of the year and being able to cover everything. There aren't too many concerns. Obviously, ground improvement, we've talked about that project-wise. I am in talks about a few things I still think we can get done, but obviously these will be discussions once I get quotes and things like that. I've went through working on, really close to working on being able to send stuff out for quotes on that mini park project. So hoping to have those numbers to you soon. If we get that out, then we can start kind of.
Talking about the mini park.
Yeah, talking about chipping away. We'll be able to chip away at that, I think. Obviously I sent it to you, I don't know how much you got to review it, but if you have any questions on any of those budget line items.
So the 100 grand, so we had the original 2026 original budget, 2026 amended budget. We added 100,000. Right? Am I reading that right? If you go to the original budget total, I'm assuming this is it.
The general fund, the top one.
Yeah. And then 2026 amended budget, it's $100,000 higher.
But it looks like you got 20,000 for equipment, 30,000 transferred to non-reverting. Is a.
Yeah, it looks like, did you move these from somewhere else?
I've not moved any money anywhere yet.
Huh. Do you see what I'm looking at?
No.
So your original budget for the Parks General Fund, original budget's 122,500, correct?
For the pool, yes.
Well, your 2026 amended budget's $100,000 higher.
Oh, so this is a report thing. It's showing zero as, look how many zeros are in that original budget.
Yeah, that's what I'm
It's not
saying.
showing FICA unemployment. So that 2026 amended would be the starting.
Because you got 76, 825, 725,
Right, that's right.
15.
So that was really, your 2026 amended budget is technically your.
That's your starting
balance.
balance.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the original budget means nothing, really?
Yeah, I wouldn't, I don't know why it's showing zeros and all those, but
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
yeah.
I'll email you if I have questions, I'll look through them. You email it to us.
Okay.
I don't think I have anything.
You said we went over on gas and oil, or we're gonna transfer 3,500 tonight for gas and oil? What is it?
So my plan
More
is,
mowing or?
my plan is to transfer 3,500. I think it started at 5,000. To be frank, but
Not
gas
enough.
prices consistently throughout the whole year have been
Yeah.
higher, and we've ran more equipment. Not that it's a huge difference, but running back and forth to the quarry and then we just ran more equipment in general. So not only is it gas prices, it's also us
Doing more stuff.
more than what we were before, yeah. Well, doing more than what we did last year.
Yeah, I was just wondering, I know gas, everything's up, oil, gas.
Right. Well, that gas and oil line is actually a concern of mine.
I was gonna say,
Through budget season now to try to figure out what that looks like.
Probably to double it.
I think it will need to at least be that, because obviously we're gonna be running down there a lot more and doing a lot more down there when it's open. So going into next year, when I send you guys the rough draft of the budget, you can expect that number to be significantly higher than it was this year. Obviously, it has to get approved, but it will be it's not a surprise that we are going over that gas and oil original budget. The only other concern I have,
Would it be cheaper to get a tank and get else to fill it up?
I don't know what the insurance and where you put it and all we have a diesel tank at our shop, and it's just a double walled tank with bollards around it with a lock on it. I think
so we have, the city has an account with Circle K,
Okay.
and so we already get discounted gas, and it's right there next to the park. So
that's
we don't
gonna be
even
easier
really
to
leave the
store
park.
it.
So I'd say for us, it probably,
Wouldn't be.
I don't know, I've not talked to any of those, gas suppliers to see what that would look like, but I would imagine, I could look into it.
You probably use more just regular gas than diesel though, don't you?
Oh yeah, the only thing we have diesel is the tractor,
So very little diesel at all.
almost nothing.
Yeah, so the only thing you may save on that would be the road tax, but if you're not using that much, is it worth the process of setting a tank and all that?
We're still talking about, under $10,000
Yeah.
worth of gas
Yeah.
over a year, so.
Yeah, not very much.
Right.
Not enough to probably buy tanks or rent tanks and set tanks.
Right. I mean, I can look into it,
Maybe when we get the armory and we move all the maintenance over there inside that fence, possibly then it would make sense, but I don't know where you put it right now.
You definitely have to have some sort of locker, like something on it where like
Yeah.
somebody just can't pull up on it and start taking.
We can talk about that.
Yeah, that's obvious.
The only other thing I have, obviously, potential concerns is grounds improvement is well past tracking out to finish the year, and it gets about there's 9,300, wherever it's at.
I think we kind of had a fear of that last year with all the tournaments. We didn't know what the expense was really going to be. I think that's a good sign. I think that's part of the reason we're blowing through it. You have to be buying more supplies.
And so obviously, like all of the we're getting more treatments. There's a lot of things that are adding up to that, and obviously, I can provide you with all the details of that. But it doesn't surprise me at all. That's just one of the other concerns that I have going into next year, what that's going to look like, especially whenever we add another 155-acre property.
We're getting close to fall. Are we doing anything to our baseball and softball fields? Any treatment, aeration, overseed? Do we do any of that stuff?
Yeah, so we actually, the dirt fields, we just started today, this week, recutting out edges, looking at whether we need to put material on them, that sort of thing. So yes, obviously the treatments are on schedule for the year, so that will happen. I have not, in the past, we have not, 1 year we haven't aerated, but we're planning on it.
I don't know that they've ever been aerated and overseeded.
So the plan is that they're gonna get aerated. I don't know that I'll overseed them because I think the grass is doing okay, but we will aerate it for sure.
Is there equipment needs for as I guess any type of equipment needs for your field maintenance that could offset people in the future? Or make that more efficient to where you can get different stuff done?
Yeah, I mean, the answer is yes, but
At what expense?
right. Probably, there's one piece of equipment that would kind of cover it all, but you're gonna spend $65,000 to $70,000 for one piece of equipment that would.
Probably could cut your time in half. Maybe not half. I'm just saying.
You'd be doing more with it though. So it would just give you the ability to do more to take care of them, right? So,
make them better.
Right.
And this thing like that, you talk 60 or 70 grand. I don't know how the city buys stuff, but you're gonna put it more likely on a payment on a 5-year term, and you really start talking about 60 or 70 grand over 5 years. It's not all that much money.
You can put that in the equipment line item and know that
Correct.
75% is going to.
So I'm just saying, don't rule that stuff out just because of the 60 or 70,000.
Okay.
If that makes sense, that maybe we look at some of that equipment to maybe keep our fields looking nicer and easier for the maintenance guys to be able to have more time or less people or whatever we need.
And that's what it is, right? You have the right equipment, it's going to make it more efficient, everything's going to look nicer, but it comes at a cost, right?
Right. Yeah,
Absolutely.
but it could make edging your fields and aerating your fields and picking up leaves and any of that stuff. Small maintenance work at Tripton or the quarry part. There are certain pieces of equipment like a vent track.
Well, we talked about this last year, right, going into the winter.
Yeah. Snow removal, they got Ventracs with brooms on them, you could, so, yes, they're expensive. Are they really expensive on a 0% note for 5 or 6 years? Not really. So, not when you're gonna use that. You will use that piece of equipment every day.
Oh, yeah. There'll be something that'll be doing every day.
So, maybe price them add that to your wish list and, I mean, what do you guys think? Am I crazy?
No.
I mean, we got 10,000 a year for equipment,
12, right?
10 equipment. And then we also have 12,000 for turf maintenance, which looks like we've only used about 2,800 of it, so.
And I'm not saying it's something we buy this year, I'm just saying it's.
Yeah, so there's money there, if you look at, equipment under parks and 10, the second one from the bottom,
Right there on the front page?
Yeah.
Yeah, 10 you've used,
you use 45% of it.
yeah, 4,500, you got 5,400.
And then on the back, we have turf maintenance, it's 12 grand, but we've only used 2,800 of it, so we got a little over 9 grand there we can use on, so.
So that's put in there, we're getting ready to order more coconut husk, which is expensive, so it looks like we have 9 grand, but I'm getting ready to place an order this fall for, I'd probably say 6 grand worth of that. But yeah, that's put in there to obviously take care of the turf as needed.
I just have heard, not our department, other departments talk about equipment needs and we don't wanna let's get creative and look at that stuff.
Yeah.
If you need it, and it's gonna benefit our parks.
Right. Some of what we're doing right now, I mean, we're kind of doing a lot with a little. Right now, just to be clear, so.
But could we do a lot more with a lot?
Yes, the answer is yes.
And it makes it better for everybody. So, that's just a thought.
I'll work on that.
And that's not a hurry, just to.
Right. But it's something to think about putting in 2027 budget.
Maybe. Yeah, we can put $15,000 somewhere.
I don't mean you spoke last week, you said there was a possibility of a couple of projects that you thought we could possibly get done this year, and one of them was the filling those potholes.
Yes.
And the other one was going on and talking to Roger about maybe taking the money that we would spend and put it like next year like we did last year, and then go on and get the 2 gates put in this year and do that project. That'd be the 2 projects we'll be able to do this year. What do you guys think?
You're saying that's Roger not the bill till January?
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And that's,
He's gotta be cool with that for one.
well, I don't like doing it that way, but like, he did do that last year at some
Yeah.
point, yeah.
Well, I thought we were going forward with the one gate with the canes, right?
Well, it's two
It's
gates.
two
Those 2 gates on
2
there.
gates.
2 gates.
Cause I'm afraid if we don't do it
It's
now,
13.9.
then the price will go up
And our
again.
ground
And then,
improvement's at 9,300. So, but we do have that buffer, like I said, building maintenance and supplies,
that we can move,
we
yeah.
can swing one, no problem.
One gate for sure.
No, one of those 2 different projects.
You gotta decide, I don't.
Well, I mean, you talked about going on, cause if we don't do the
Right.
gates now, then here we're back to January, February, trying to get gates done. You might not get them done, and then here the season starts.
You're gonna have the same problem with.
And your prices could go up on those gates too, again, if we don't do it now.
You guys are getting ahead on the agenda, but that's all right.
Carl's getting ahead on me.
Well, they were talking about grounds and improvement, that's why I brought that
And
up.
that's where that's gonna
Yeah,
typically work out of, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Whatever you feel like is most important, it doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
Whether you do the gates this year, if Roger's cool with Rec Track or like holding on to his bill until January, I'm fine with that too, but make sure he's 100% good with that, or, 'cause I mean, that's a long time, if you have him do something in the fall, he's gonna wait.
How much is Roger's bid?
I think part of
Roger's bid
part
was
of what he could do as well could be done during the winter.
his is about
Where it's not gonna fill up
$5,000.
That's fine.
Roger.
That's what we had talked about.
His would be
you know.
fixing the potholes behind
Yeah,
Cascade.
I don't want him to do it, to be honest, I would not ask him to do it in September, and it'd be like, hold your bill till
I'm not,
January.
yeah, that's what I'm saying, I'm not.
I mean, his bill shouldn't be no more than, because I think that total bill was like $6,900 total, and we already spent $1,400 of it by getting the rocks inside the quad. So that bill is probably only gonna be somewhere around, probably around $5,500, close to that.
What was he going to do at Cass Center? The
He-
drainage?
So he's gonna cut that drain, make sure it's cleared out, open it up and put a larger drain in there, and then he's also gonna patch some of the asphalt back in those areas. So there's not just there's two giant standing water areas where the gravel is up.
Yeah.
Roger does that?
That's what he had on the quote.
That's what he had on
That's
the
what
quote.
Carl and him worked out.
That's what he had on that quote.
If he's taking on that scope, that's fine. I just didn't know him to do asphalt patch, but
I didn't either, but that's what it was on. It was quoted,
He said he could do it.
so,
he normally does what he says he can do, so.
yep.
Alright, what's next?
Secretary position. Introduction, Megan, Alex, Carl, Robin, Josh isn't here. Here you go, here's your introduction. You have anything to say? Did you come with a speech?
Did not,
No speech?
no speech.
Okay, so I was gonna talk a little bit about, obviously, she's starting on, she's already hit the ground running, taking care of, a lot of the tracking of our claims and, making sure when bills come in, everything gets submitted and whatnot on time. Doing a lot of stuff, answering the phones, yeah, the same thing that you guys would typically see. We're really excited, obviously, about not filling the position, but her in general. So, if you guys have any questions for her, then feel free, but she'll be the face you see when you walk in the park from now on.
Welcome.
So, Quarry Park, right?
Yep.
Just to keep you guys up to speed on it, if you've driven by there, you'll see the structures that are basically almost all put together. The playground structure part and the curbs are all poured. They're starting to work on the finishing of the panels and all that stuff for the structures. Of course, it'll take a while to finish that. And then they'll start the play surface. Electrical's being done, and throughout the campground, concrete pads have been poured.
With permit, yeah. Never mind.
That has nothing to do with me, but.
Okay.
I'm not sure which part, I believe all the ones that we need to have are happening. You clearly know something I don't know, but. Okay, but site work, equipment, drive lanes, parking lots, you see the curbs at the entrances being poured. I think there's one left to be poured, the main one that goes into the playground area. We have had some discussion about some site planning, as far as, whether we're gonna put some grass areas in there or not grass areas. It's kind of back and forth. We have dirt, which would have been the largest expense, building that up 6 to 8 inches to try to, obviously you gotta keep the grass alive and you can't put it on rock. We have plenty of dirt, so there's, that can be a discussion of if you guys wanna walk out there and look at it. I've had a couple meetings out there to kind of see what's possible and what's not. It's not a lot of grass at all, but it's just kind of something that might make it a little more, class it up just a little bit. That's completely up in the air. I've had meetings over just sign surveying, so park entrance signs, wayfinding signs throughout the trails, topo signs that Tim's worked more on that than I have, but they're just where it shows the elevations and all the cool things that are going to be at the quarry, those sorts of things. So, all that's being worked on in the works, so if you guys have any questions over what that's gonna look like or input, obviously, go out there and ride it. And I rode a couple times for a few hours just going through and pinpointing spots and whatnot, so if you have anything to add, obviously feel free to go down there and take pictures and send them to me, but just wanted to update you on where that was at.
What, when are we opening, will the campground open this year? Or will it be done just in time to winterize and be a 2027?
So I don't have that answer for you.
What's your
I'm
guess?
positive that I shouldn't say I'm positive. I believe the sites would be ready that if someone wanted to camp the very last part of the last breath of camping season, right? I do think the playground's going to be open where it will get used before the end of the year. I don't think that's, in question. The campsites in general, it'll just come down to, do we want to try to open it for that last part? Will it be finished for that last part? I don't have those answers.
Will you find out what the winterization of that is going to be?
Yeah.
Like if we do it, what that cost is? Or how you winterize a campground? I feel like that's something we ought to know anyways, but because if that's going to be a substantial expense, then we might as well just wait till 27 on that kind of stuff.
Right.
You have to probably just blow out all the water lines and because you have full service hookups, right?
They are full service. Yep.
I don't know what it takes to winterize a campground. Any idea? Don't you agree that if it's going to be a substantial expense to winterize, which I don't know that it would be, but there's no point in opening for 2 weekends or 3 weekends and
Yeah, we'll lose money.
So are
To
we
be
fully
fair,
responsible?
Everything's going to be turned on
Everything.
before all that to make sure
We
everything
are.
works. So regardless, but
right, if we have to winterize it anyways, then yeah, have at it.
so I can find out the details of what parts will even need to be.
And is it on us to figure out how we're going to rent the sites and all that stuff, or is any of that process?
We're definitely involved.
But it's not solely on you and
No,
you.
no.
So who gets the money for all that?
Should we-
That, like if there's 30 sites, and
That'll
we
go
charge,
on our
do we get-
non-reverting fund.
so we get the money for all that?
That's from my
TBD.
understanding. That's to be determined. But yeah, I mean, I think that's the plan.
It would be no different than you taking in the baseball revenue or softball revenue, in my opinion. But
Well,
I
I'm
don't know
just-
that for a fact.
Right, I'm just saying, if we don't get the expense for that money, then, but we have to pay all the bills up.
That's why I'm assuming it's going to go in ours because it's going to be in
Yeah.
our budget line items to expense it and take care of it. So that's my assumption.
As far as I'm aware, that's exactly how it's going to work.
Okay.
All right. General maintenance, right?
Mhm.
Just updating you. I mean, everything's going. Everything's working well. Obviously, the last couple of weeks with the rain, there are some things you might see that haven't quite gotten to. The park is mostly underwater. So several places that might look like they haven't been mowed in a week and a half or so. But they're getting to them. They just started back mowing today. So I wanted to make sure addressing that because there's some stuff that's definitely doesn't look like it's been kept up with, but there's some areas that have been tough to get into. Some upcoming things. We had a situation at the farmer's market this past weekend where a gentleman tripped over one of the parking curbs, kind of fell against the sign there where the farmer's market is and cut his arm. So I'm going to look into, they make the parking barriers that kind of go up and they're yellow and basically you can run into them, but they're actually augered into and put in the ground. So I'm going to look into something like that. I just wanted to update you on kind of that situation because
Do we just need to paint ours yellow?
ours are painted yellow.
Oh.
But they're on the ground. I guess he didn't see them, and I guess there's been a few people that have tripped over them. First time someone actually got hurt doing it. So probably look at just right there in front of because people walk through there they walk through there kind of all regularly, right? So kind of just looking at making those more visible, but then also far enough off that people can walk in there without a car going through and end in there.
So
Just
like
wanted
a U-shape that augers in is painted yellow?
Yep. That's exactly what I'm gonna look into. Obviously, it just happened
How
Saturday,
many do you
so
need?
4.
Round or square, or do you care?
It doesn't matter, it'll just be set in the ground right in front of the,
Let's talk after this.
okay. The dirt fields next, we're working on kind of re-edging, obviously keeping up with that through the rain. We're seeing some low spots and some washout and stuff, so if you will go by there and you see a trench dug here and there, we're working on getting those back to where they need to be. Obviously through the storms, all kinds of debris cleanup. There have been a couple trees that ended up falling and cut up at Tripton. We cut down, I know of one that was going to fall anyway, so that cleanup is so if you go through Tripton, you see some limbs piled up and whatnot, just us trying to clean them up. Kind of priorities through this, and obviously this is leading into what we're going to get into staff-wise, but obviously all the basic stuff, but then adding in some of the field maintenance that needs to be done in the fall, playground and inspections and that sort of thing that are going to happen. Some of this just general appearance stuff. I know I have on the budget talk about, we'll just jump to it now, but from a staffing perspective, we have one of the gentlemen that works at Tripton 3 days a week. He had eye surgery and it didn't go very well, so it will be out for a couple of months, I guess, from what I understand, at least. So, and then I also have one of our guys that was going to work at least through the winter, Monday through Friday, that decided that this was going to be his last week. So I am actively going to hire another maintenance person, just to make you aware, at least one. So just to cover that, because obviously Brad at Tripton, obviously being there the way that he was, took care of mostly everything and never had to worry about it. But with him not being able to be there, we'll be sending people down there regularly. So just add that to something to think about. Any questions on that, like staffing in general?
When do we need to do dirt work for the new playground?
So Duke still has not moved that pole, and it was on their schedule, so I'm gonna follow up with them. I probably should have done it yesterday or today.
When will they be done? When will Labor be ready to install it?
They're coming when they're done with
I know, but so is that
September.
okay?
So we have some time there. So it's not like we're specifically just waiting on that pole to be moved. But it was on their schedule for, I think it was actually on schedule for the 6th. So.
They did have some storms rolling.
Right.
Probably.
Right. Well, it's I mean, they came out, they marked it, they pinned it where it's gonna go, so you can go out there and see where they're gonna put it.
I'm just sure in the last 2 weeks their world.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I've not chased anyone down to find out. But you'll see that happening very quickly. I guess next will be projects, right? I obviously shared with you the lightning detection alert system. We're right on track with what we need. Confirmed that with multiple people. There's not really any resources to help financially with that I found. Jerry shared that too. He said, if something pops up, he'd let me know. But he did say that's, I'm on the exact track of what we need for just that facility.
And nothing with what Ryan asked for at the airport can work together, or?
So I have not talked with Ryan since that meeting was yesterday.
Right.
So I have not spoken with him, but he did mention that he would get with me about that. I don't know if that can pinpoint a different location, but that's obviously going to be specific to
The airport.
the airport.
Right, no, I get it.
So I don't know exactly how that works. I know he can add users to it, but that's the same thing with what I'm looking at. You can add as many users as you want. I don't know if he can pinpoint a different location than the airport. It's obviously not that it's real far away from each other.
Right,
but-
but they already have that system, or they're purchasing that system?
They're purchasing that,
Like,
or it's being installed of what they are.
it's kind of like,
But that's a whole other. His is a whole other level of
Right.
this. I mean, that is.
does that company have a,
They may. So that's what when I get a chance to speak with them, that's what.
no, that's in the aviation world, they probably don't, but,
Again, that's above me. I don't.
yeah, I just was watching the TIF meeting yesterday, so.
Right. But that's. I mean, when he mentioned that he would get with me and talk about what that looks like, his is 200-something thousand.
Yeah.
That's it.
Can
I
you
don't-
just
I
give
don't
me,
know what all-
can you just give me one more pen to put right in the park?
Yeah, locate this pole here. Yeah, maybe, but we'll see. We'll see. I do think, obviously, the benefits and just being able to make sure people are safe are huge for that. So those next steps are literally having the conversations, then putting it in the budget, making sure that we can pay for it, to have it installed. There is I will say, an update from last time. I think you guys asked what like an annual maintenance or subscription fee would be to that, and all those combined, if we don't provide our own internet or anything like this, is them doing it themselves, was like an annual basis after it's installed would be $2,830 something. So something to think about there too, because annually that's another $2,800 that we'll put toward, but that's paying for Wi-Fi, that's paying for a maintenance subscription where they're going to come check it out, make sure it's functioning properly, all that. Similar to, I mean, we pay Crossman to inspect our fire extinguishers, right? It's kind of just a maintenance standard that you kind of put in a budget to know that they're going to come and make sure everything's working. Next thing I have on here is the mini park project that we've talked about looking into. Still working on what that looks like from a financial and funds perspective, but specifically what I'm looking at are improvements to the basketball court, the play set area that would replace the swing and slide, the fencing around that corner, and then a gathering area, whether that looks like a pavilion, a small shelter house, or whatever that is, but some sort of gathering area there. So my next steps are just to kind of finalize what those are, requesting quotes and then bringing pricing to you guys, because we can't really fund it unless we know what the cost of everything's going to be. So those are my next steps. I'm basically there, but deciding exactly what we want. I can give you item numbers of some playground equipment I've looked into, but without having a price, you're probably not interested in seeing those. So just wanted to update you on the status of that. I think you should have in front of you that memorial bench policy. This is one of the first things where this needs your attention. This was something that was brought up at a council meeting about potentially having or allowing memorial benches on the property, city parks property. And it's to recognize groups, causes, or situations that come together. It's not meant to represent an individual or a specific family or anything like that. So basically things that would be covered by the policy that you guys see is kind of like the eligibility application process, the location, kind of the installation requirements, probably the contractors that are used installing them, plaque signage, maintenance responsibility, which there really won't be many in this instance, and then the city's rights to once it's completed, it is owned by the city, and the city, we can do our own discretion, move it, repair it, replace it as we see fit. So, kind of just your action would kind of be maybe to review this, and you don't necessarily have to motion and vote on it now. I know not having Josh here, but determine whether you move forward with the adoption of this policy that could potentially be modified through Larry or city council or anyone like that. So
I was gonna say, I'd be interested in Josh and Larry's opinion before we vote on it.
Okay.
Cause you sent it to Larry, right?
yeah, Larry's aware of it. Yeah.
I mean, I quickly read through it, but
Yeah.
some time to actually like read it and think about it rather than rush through it.
Okay. So kind of.
So the process is gonna be, we're gonna approve this, then it's gonna go to the city council and Larry.
So based on this policy, they would
We're gonna say all
park board, and you would approve it if it's going on park property.
We're gonna put it in the policy that they have to go to the city councils for approval.
Okay. Well, I mean, there could potentially be more ordinance or policy happen from this, but this is specific to our park, like.
This is the benches at the park property.
Correct. So again, you don't have to, not like you have to adopt that policy
Yeah,
right now, but just something to review.
Let's kind of table it and review it and discuss it next meeting.
Okay.
You sent it, it was in your email.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, next thing on there is just our field rental rates. They really haven't changed. The only thing I added was, so we obviously do the $50 an hour for the turf fields. I did add a single team use of $650, which is the same schedule that if someone were to rent the fields, like one field was the 4,000 that we passed last year. So it's going to make you aware and take your input. There's not a single team that's done it yet. Obviously, this is the kind of first time it's coming out, but basically a single use slot for basically 1 2-hour slot a week for the time it's open is $650 for a team. So you guys have opinions on that. It still incentivizes teams that I mean, to be honest, it works out to much less than a $50 an hour time
So
slot.
you
But
get
we
your
obviously-
money, you don't chase all that.
Right.
stuff.
Right, and I anticipate that we will have teams that take this opportunity. So,
So that gets you 1 2-hour slot a week,
correct,
it's unscheduled.
Monday through Thursday. It will be on schedule. It'll have to be the same 2-hour slot.
Every week.
Until when?
The only time that they wouldn't have access to it is when we're running league.
So what is in the contract for DC? They get the field.
So as of now, they have not renewed, just to,
Okay. Well, what was in what did they do last year for the 4,000?
so they obviously had the whole fall outside of,
Fall.
oh, well, they did it at the end of August, so August didn't affect them with the late summer league. So right now, you would have it, we actually have, just due to how it has worked out, there are fields available, because we don't need all the fields every night for the fall league. So it would basically run all through the fall. I mean, if it's warm enough through the winter, I guess they can use it, but typically it's March through May, the middle of May, when baseball, softball starts, and then they're shut down till after July 4th. Once July 4th hits, they have the rest of July.
And the cost is how much?
For a single team use, it's $650.
But they had multi-team use.
So DC, so they did it for 4,000 a field, and obviously they Monday through Thursday. You have a field, you have all the time slots Monday through Thursday.
Do you think they're gonna renew? there a reason?
Yes. Not, does that mean
It
do
had
that?
nothing to do with
No.
us.
We're short on teams though, correct? They don't have near the teams they had last year, right? So that's probably.
So they don't need the facilities.
But if you anticipating some of the teams taking the 650,
Correct.
we should get some.
Right.
We should get.
That would allow your spin-off of one team here, one team
Yeah.
there that doesn't have a whole organization to, that's fine. I think it's a good idea if you don't have those $4,000.
Right. So our current use is people calling in and renting for the $50 an hour is the majority of the use in Waterways right now.
Does that happen often?
Yeah, you have about the same 3 or 4 people that are doing it all the time.
It's
But
$50.
those are the people that we're gonna incentivize to hopefully do
The 650.
650, correct?
Yeah, so you're not, so they can just go ahead and schedule and be done.
Right.
Who opens and closes for them?
It's been me, it's been maintenance people. Obviously, when DC had it, we provided them a key to come in and do that since they had it every single night until 9 p.m.
But they don't have a key anymore.
No.
Their contract's over.
Yeah, ended July 31st.
I think we try to get as many teams as we can get, single teams for $650,
I agree.
and we can, it'd be nice if we can get 5 to 10 teams. I mean, that, you're gonna get your money back that you lost from.
What do
You're
you
gonna
think?
have- You're gonna have 10 local teams, but I mean, we could, I think we could potentially have 5 easily that use it.
How many $4,000 rentals do we have? Just one?
Last year, they had 2 fields.
So we hit that, our goal.
Right. Somewhere around there, yep.
So let me ask you this, do you think we could get more teams if we, I mean, I know it's 650, I don't know where we come up with figure 650, but if we lowered the cost a little bit, could we get more teams? I mean, because they're not hurting the fields at all.
No.
The fields are getting utilized, so I'd rather lower the price at some point and then try to get as many teams as we can get. I don't know what that
How
number could
many,
be.
how many time slots do you think? You have 4 fields,
2 2-hour time slots a night, basically, is what how it works.
so you have 8 opportunities.
If you do hour, I mean, most of them are just doing hour and a half practices, but yeah.
But by the time they get off, the next thing.
Correct, yeah.
I mean,
If
I
you-
was,
I mean,
I was
if-
thinking 550.
Where are you coming up with 550?
I'd just drop it $100 and try to see how many teams you can get.
But I don't know, do you think $100 really makes or breaks?
I'm not saying it is, but I mean, when you.
Is that all
ask-
year? That 650?
Other than when we're running
Right.
those, yeah.
Same as DC's contract last year?
Exact same.
Just one team use,
Right,
one night a week?
correct.
I don't know what teams normally pay, so that's a. I mean, are you really gonna
this-
pull teams from Seymour and Columbus to come down here and practice?
No, you're getting, the ones that are gonna do it are the local teams that want to practice in North Vernon.
I mean, how many local teams do we have?
Total, they have 11 or 12.
That's a lot.
If they don't go there, they go to the dirt fields for free?
So some of them obviously are already utilizing the dirt fields for free. You know, some of them are going to Seymour, Columbus to practice because of the organizations that they're in.
Some of them going to the field behind the elementary school too.
Mm-hmm. Some of them use that.
Do they schedule the dirt fields?
Yes.
Does that cost 8,000 questions right now. Does that cause additional work on the dirt fields for our maintenance guys?
I mean, minimal, because we should be breaking them and dragging them every day, no matter what.
Okay.
So, but obviously there are some days if practices got canceled and it rained and it's wet to get on, we don't do them, but typically, if you can do them, they do them every day.
If you're running that trap, and this is theoretical, are you spending $500 a year to have one practice a week in the quad, or are you doing it for free over on the dirt field?
Say that again, I don't know if I'm following.
You have a team, right? Or you're gonna have a team?
I don't have a team, my daughter plays on a team, my brother has a team.
Right, okay, well, your kids are on a team.
Right.
Are you gonna pay? Are they thinking about doing and this is not a trick, I'm not trying to do this. This has nothing to do.
They would take advantage of that price point on a turf field? Yeah, I think they would.
That's my question, it wasn't.
It's competitive, and my
That's my
opinion is
yeah.
that it's worth it. Does that mean that everyone has the same opinion as me? No, but
Would you do like 2 nights a week at a discounted rate?
yes. If they're gonna do that, then it's gonna turn it, yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, you wanna incentivize them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You wanna,
So if it's 500 instead of 650,
and they get 2 nights a week.
And you get a couple of those dirt field teams that.
then you weren't getting any money out of them. Now you get, and if they want 2 nights a week at 750 or something, I don't know, just
Yeah, come up
throw
with
something to where they incentivize them to, instead of using our dirt fields, go to the quad and pay a little money. Maybe we don't, and they're local kids, right? All these.
They are. Yeah, the ones that are gonna use it are on local teams, yeah.
So if we get a little bit of money out of them and allow them to practice.
And you might be able to pull some from Seymour to come over on the turf fields.
If you get 500 from 7 teams, you know what I mean? That's better than them all going to the dirt field or getting 2 and the rest go to the dirt field. I don't know, maybe you have a conversation with those coaches and those organizations and be like, all right, what's it take? Don't let them just beat us down to beat us down, but if it's 300 instead of 0,
I think at this point,
if it doesn't cost you anymore, you know, that's. Do you disagree?
No, I don't disagree, because the only thing it adds us is open up the gates for them and lock them up when they're done.
And it gives our kids more opportunity to spend time on the turf fields.
Right.
I don't want to do it for free overnight, but.
Right, yeah, because
We do have costs.
Cost, yeah.
Because then you're going to have wear and tear on your turf fields.
Correct.
I think you got some teams from Versailles
That's
that
my
go over
opinion.
here too.
And I think there's about 12 of them over there
Yeah.
that are looking for a place to practice.
I think
Really?
we just, at this point, we're gonna leave it up to you to make the decision on what you think's fair for the people to come in and use our turf fields.
Give you enough rope to.
With the goal to fill it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Heck yeah.
All right. Do that.
But I would cut the same deal with all of them. Just saying. Just putting that out there.
All right. I can do that. That's not a problem. All right, any more on that? Okay. We already got into this next one, but staffing, kind of talked about that already. So I don't know that I need to go back to that, right? We hit on that.
I do have one question on that. Do you have somebody in mind that you're going to hire?
I had one come in that was willing to mow a couple things, but this has been probably it's been a few weeks ago, and then, today, Dalton has a cousin that came in and was interested in taking a position. So
Okay.
I did talk to him today.
You looking for part-time work or what?
Who?
You.
No, I'm not. I'm just curious. No, I don't need
I
a
see you
job.
walking through there, just get your key, open up the barn, and hop on a mower.
I can do that.
Sign a waiver first.
Just give me a key. I
Yeah.
don't need to be paid. I'll just help out.
So we will be looking for another, even if, I'm gonna talk to Dalton's cousin a little bit more, and then, we'll probably try to look for one more beyond that, to make sure we cover everything that we need.
So how many people do we have working?
So I've got that, so, right now we have.
You don't have the names, you don't have to.
No, but we have the two that mow at Tripton, and they just mow. And then obviously the one that isn't gonna be around for a couple of months. We have another that's getting ready to go to only half days, but can work every day, but it's gonna go to half days because they're taking classes in the afternoon. Another that works 3 days a week. So right now we're at 4 total, but 2 that only mow Tripton, one that's working half days that will do everything or anything that needs to be done. 1 3 days a week that will do everything or anything that needs to be done. And then we have 2 that will still have 5 days a week right now. So we'll only have 2 that are there all day, 5 days a week right now.
And this doesn't count the maintenance supervisor.
That, the 2 that are gonna be there 5 days a week does count the maintenance supervisor. So 1 outside of our maintenance supervisor that will be there 5 days a week. I take it back. 3 will be there 5 days a week, but 1 of the 3 is only gonna be there half days.
Right.
So if you're thinking like total number, we have 6 total, but then obviously 1's half days, 1's 3 days a week, 2 that only mow, and it's basically 2 days a week is what they're.
And then, does that not include the summer help,
They're
the high school kids and stuff?
They're all back in school now.
They're all back in school,
So they're all,
using them at all?
so no, I take that back. Yeah, one of the ones I'm mentioning, it's weekends only though.
Okay,
So,
one of these is weekends only?
Correct.
Okay. To me, it just seems like we're juggling a lot of people. Like, would it be better just to redesign the whole staffing department for you?
it would be easier to have more full-time.
Well, that's what I mean, could you get rid of like
Hours.
half day and this guy and that guy and get another full-time person?
I don't know that we can afford the benefits. Their
Well,
benefits are
So it wouldn't
outrageous.
be considered full-time. I mean, it could
Yeah.
be full-time hours.
it'd be
up to 40
full-time hours
a week,
without
but
benefits.
with no benefits, yeah. That, I mean, it's obviously gonna be easier on me from that standpoint. We will, if we go that route, we will likely have less total summer help.
Well, yeah, that's what, yeah, because you'd have a person there.
Right. Well, that's what they're doing, yeah.
But the summer help that comes just for summer while they're out of school, they work 5 days a week.
And well, they're normally help cover weekends too.
Yeah.
Running trash on weekends and whatnot, so. And obviously when you,
But you're still
my
gonna,
experience so far, like the 5 day a week, Monday through Friday, it is, not that it's impossible, but typically they want to avoid working all day on a Saturday or Sunday if they're there Monday through Friday.
but if you hire someone that's your 8 hours or your, 8 of your 40 hours are gonna be on Saturday and Sunday.
We have one right now that works all day Sunday.
Okay, yeah,
So we've done that, yeah.
like going into, they know 16 of my 40 hours is gonna be on Saturday and Sunday.
And so that's one the guy I talked to today was willing to do that. So
It just seems like it almost needs to be completely redesigned from the staffing standpoint.
I agree.
Especially with the quarry part coming on,
Right.
because that's gonna be some off hours too.
Well, I agree. We have so many things that are going on that are seasonal, that sometimes things need done and sometimes some parts of the year they don't. There are times of the year where we need that, or we need the summer help. We need those extra hands all at one time. And so when I say we would have less during the summers, maybe you only have, if we do it this way, we might only have 4 or 5 guys during the summer, whereas right now there are times where I can have 8.
Yeah.
But
But could you get the same stuff done with 4 versus 8 plus a full time?
it's less hands at one time. So
But like in the summer, you have them 5 days a week.
yeah, we have all of them 5 days a week.
So you're having 7 or 8 people 5 days a week. So your busy time, it may just be worth the juggle of the people.
Yeah, I'm asking. You know,
I haven't tried it the other way, so I guess maybe with the right people, I'm sure we could do it.
Yeah, but you're gonna spend more.
Did you get everything done with the 8 this summer?
No.
So you could have used
But frankly, we're not ever going to get everything done.
Well,
We got everything done that needed to be
I
done.
wouldn't say that. I mean, if you had enough people, you would get everything done.
Yeah, if you had 15 or 20 people.
Yeah, I mean, if you had enough people, you would get everything done.
If not, then we really need to work on some
Yeah, I
stuff.
mean, if we can't get everything done with enough people, I mean, that's a different problem. If we don't have the right people.
I'm not ever going to have 20 people.
Well, I know that, but like,
You might. We keep adding parks. You never know.
I mean,
Well, but
I just
we're still
didn't-
not going to get everything we're adding.
it just seems like a lot of people for
Juggling.
days, and this guy can work 3 days, and this.
I think
So
part of
that's
it
where
is
we're at. That's where we're at right now with these guys going back to school, and some of them still trying to work and take classes and do that stuff. So, like one of the ones we're talking about is someone that's worked here for 6 years.
Yeah, I mean, I know who you're talking about.
So, I mean, it sounds a little. I get what you're saying, but like the situation is not.
part of it is too, you gotta think, they don't make a ton of money. And you'd offer no benefits. So like some of that stuff you're gonna have to deal with. It's almost like a restaurant or
Yeah, I didn't have a problem with it this way, but I mean, to answer the question, maybe it works the other way.
I think you're gonna have a harder time finding people.
But some of these school kids, they're gonna get their own jobs, like, you know.
Yeah, you really do. You get their little brother.
Yeah, or their cousin, like, where are you getting your cousins?
We
and
have a
stuff?
little brother too. So, I mean, I don't worry right now about being able to get enough of this summer. So I went through the project, like when we were hiring, we had a lot of high school age kids want to work out there. So as of right now, I don't anticipate that being a problem. So.
Last time.
And that would be, all right, so I received an email about a request and I shared the email with you, so if you want me to read it, I have it here.
I don't think there's a reason to read it.
I don't either.
And I, them not being here, I'm requesting that they want to use the splash pad for a very unusual situation. Obviously, I'm not going to share this person's specific situation, but look to you guys to give your opinion, and whether I don't know that you necessarily need to make a motion, but give your opinion and.
My opinion is no.
Okay.
My opinion is, I don't know if we have maybe the last day, we could have a pet day or whatever. Pools do that sometimes
Yes.
too,
It's actually a common thing.
Yeah,
I didn't know anything about until this.
The last day, if you want to bring your pet.
What happens when somebody gets bit by a dog at your pool?
That's the thing,
The insurance guy isn't here, the
Yeah.
liability guy's not here.
And I don't want to speak for the guy that's not here, but he did reply to the email.
Right.
And he was kind of saying, he's hesitant to do something
Right.
like, I mean, you probably read his email.
I did.
But he did put in there, you know, places have these dog days too.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
So totally up to you guys. My opinion is that if we were to accommodate this, it would need to be outside of when it's open to the public.
100%.
Like it cannot happen
Yeah.
during.
well, yeah, you don't want a kindergarten there and then
Right.
an animal. But what stops someone from bringing their lizard or like, you know, their crocodile or whatever? Like, you know, you laugh, but then someone, did we find a
yeah.
crocodile in the sewer here like last year somewhere in North Vernon?
But
I mean,
but then you start, yeah, you can't,
I mean, like,
you can't, you hurt the
discriminate.
dog's feelings.
Yeah, I mean,
That's why I just think once you do it once, every Joe Blow is gonna wanna bring their, yeah, I agree with Rob, a pet lizard or pet parrot to hang out in the splash pad for the day.
So we have to vote on this?
No.
No.
when does the splash pad close for the season?
So
At the end of September, I think.
we will probably keep it open until we completely close the pool, and I don't have that date yet.
From then
We're gonna close the pool ourselves this year, so we'll keep it open until the weather breaks probably.
Have the weekends been decent?
They've been okay. Looking at the number, this is just from report collections. The numbers, I think it was Saturday that looked okay. Sunday was just average, but people are there. So
we're not losing money like crazy though, right? I mean, because we kind of break even on the pool, right? I mean, throughout the summer, we don't really.
Last year we didn't break even, but
Well, you take the payment out, right?
The bond payment kills it, but
Yeah.
other than the bond payment, I think we made money.
Like, we don't want to take that and take these weekends and like completely.
so going back to the budget report, we just did go over the pool wages from this last pay period, which obviously was split between the pool still being open and the pool being closed. We're being open these next weekends, we're gonna continue to hit over what we had budgeted for pool wages. I can actually bring you that the next meeting to see what the pool.
Well, just look at it, and I mean, the concessions are probably there. They're probably about the same, right? The concessions for the weekends.
Total, concessions brought in more this year than I did last year. Same with the window. This year's been a much better pool season. than last
Yeah,
year.
last year the weather was awful.
Well, we've had a lot of weekend rain here the last few weekends too. I mean,
I can bring you those numbers, because we did also, the pool salaries budget was up from last year, so we had to ask for an additional appropriation last year as well. But I can bring you those numbers, but this pool season has been much better than it was last pool season. It's been open more, which means we're paying salaries more,
yeah.
but it also means that we're bringing in more people, so.
But also returning lifeguards get a raise every year.
And that's,
And which is a good thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you want them to come back.
Yeah.
It makes it easier on everybody.
So it's typically a 2 years, so their certifications are for 2 years. So we'll typically have them 2 years. There are a few that went and got recertified after 2 years. And then, so those would be the ones that are making kind of the max amount. New lifeguards start at a rate. It's in the salary ordinance.
Yeah,
Only
we
a
don't-
$3 window of a difference. So, but they do. Returning lifeguards get paid more than, same thing with the pool managers. Returning pool managers get paid more than first-year pool managers.
They should.
So some of that, we did have a good amount of returners, and one returning pool manager and another lifeguard of 4 years that turned into a pool manager this year. So yeah, we did probably pay out more pool salaries this year than we did last year. Again, I can bring those numbers to you the next meeting.
I was just wondering, is it even worth it to keep it open? I mean, we're only 0.74 over on the budget for pool salaries. I'm not.
I hate to shut it down in August, and then you got
Yeah.
weekend, the 1st of August, and then you got 4 weekends in the 90s. I mean, at some point,
Like Sunday was.
I like to make money, but at some point we're a park that's a benefit to our community.
And you haven't had problem staffing the weekends?
Yeah, I mean, we're down to just, I mean, we probably have 8 lifeguards available and need 6 every time we open, so. We had 16 total, but half of our lifeguards are kids that play a fall sport, so. Once they go back to school, they don't, like, they're just out.
And you can't open with less than 6?
We can,
Just limits the number of people that can come in?
no, it just, we can use a concession worker up at the slide, or we can shut down the slide altogether and open with less than that.
Yeah, that is just a random question.
Yeah. But yeah, no, we can open with less than that, but it's less than ideal. So,
On the whole business?
any old business, I got that.
No. Carl's always got it.
No.
No, I got some new
We're cutting him
business.
off.
No, it won't,
Alright.
is all the sponsors coming back for next year?
For
Or,
the windscreens,
yeah,
I don't have that yet.
He
okay,
has till January.
okay, Las Chalupas,
Don't have that yet.
okay. And me and you talked about the playground with the pads and the mulch.
Yeah.
Cause kids were playing in that this past
There's
Saturday
a lot
and
right
Sunday, and it was a mess.
I guarantee it.
So me and him talked about him getting cleaning that out, putting some mulch down, and then buying those pads and putting over top, so fix a lot of that, he said. They're like $89 a piece.
Is the pads gonna work long term, or should we pour a pad and put the pads on top of it?
So actually pouring it would be more long term. Like this would be one where it will work, but they would probably need replaced on annual.
I mean, you're gonna pour what, 4x4 pads, something like that? What's your mat pad?
Probably. It's a 3x4 is what we looked at.
I mean, is that something the maintenance team could, in the late fall when it's cool, bag mix and form and pour?
Probably.
I'm just throwing that
I
out
need
here.
my
Show them the first time.
No,
I'm asking.
They can do that.
Before we just go buy mats and then it doesn't really fix the problem, do we
Right.
dump some stone and pour a little mat?
Yeah.
I'm asking. You can tell me no, but bag mix is pretty cheap.
I agree. Yeah, you could do it, yeah.
Or do we make a few phone calls and say, hey, when you wash out, can I get, how many do you need? If you're buying mats, how many mats would you buy?
Probably, that's a 24-foot run.
Think about it.
16 to 20.
Think about it before we just buy mats. Let's put a plan together. Tell us what you would buy at the next meeting, and then let's put a plan together and see if we can get some favors or.
Okay. We can do that.
Also, did we get that October meeting moved yet?
No.
Because I think a lot of us are gonna be gone.
I won't be here.
I
Josh
think
won't be here, I won't be here.
be here either, so we definitely need to either cancel it or move it. I could care less what you do, honestly.
Move it to the following weekend.
I might move it 2 weeks, because a lot of us will be gone next,
Okay.
Because I think it's like is it like the 6th, I think,
Sounds right.
October 6th?
Yeah.
Alright, we approved the claims already. I think you have all of our signatures.
Yep.
Yep.
Somebody make a motion to adjourn this thing. Carl,
I'll second.
Robin, second, all in favor? Aye. Hit the red. No, it's at the other end, sorry.
Another red-
Blue thing.